Ayubowan, and welcome to Anarkalli Live. And indeed, we are live in the heart of Rodeo Drive. Today, we're going to be interviewing true jewels, a true king and a true queen. They've succeeded in life, and they're beautiful beings. We can all learn from them. I'm so excited to do this interview, and I just can't wait to meet them. Let's go. Peter and Esmerel, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to have you on my show. A lot of people have been so excited about this interview because, of course, the both of you are not only successful, but you're amazingly beautiful human beings.
Thank you.
And I really take pride in having guests who can inspire a better world and a world which is valuable. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure it's going to be a great interview. How are you both doing?
We're good.
Well, thank you. Very well.
But thank you for the opportunity.
Of
Thank
course.
you for the opportunity to spread love and kindness and to hopefully inspire people.
Yes, definitely. You know, it's funny because when we first met, it was as if your energy was so magnetic that I was walking around Rodeo after meeting you, and I was happy. And I was like, wow, I've met successful people, but I haven't had this effective happiness that lasted the whole day. And I was like, how does he remain happy while working? What motivates you to be just yourself throughout hard work and just be able to exist in a band of happiness?
So it's not work. Mm-hmm. It's a hobby.
Right.
You have to really, really love, I truly love what I do. Mm-hmm. I truly love, if I take a day off, and I know that the client came in from overseas,
right,
that I see a few times a year, could be from, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, China, Russia, and I heard that they came in and I missed them, I'm sad.
You're right.
So, I really love my group of people, and I love seeing them, talking to them, catching up with them. I love so much. I'm always involved in a happy time in someone's life. We are, whether it's a birthday, a Christmas, an anniversary, just an I love you gift.
Yeah.
I've had the biggest men standing in front of me with happy tears coming out of their eyes, So it's such a wonderful thing to be able to be part of such happiness, and a lot of times a very special part of someone's life. We get invited to weddings, and we get invited to parties, and bar mitzvahs, and all kinds of events. Like, we become personally involved with some of the clients, and they want to share different important times of their life with us. One real quick funny story: a client came in, we didn't know, and he said our energy was so good, he felt so comfortable, he asked me to marry him. And so I got ordained, and I married him in a Beverly Hills mansion in front of 500 people.
I believe it.
It's such a crazy, so come on, we have a lot of fun. The jewelry, it's nice, we make a living, but most of the time, or all the time, it's about the happy time that we have in bringing happiness to people. For me, 100%.
That's amazing. I love the story.
Yeah.
And you both are from New York.
Yes.
So that's like amazing story too. Like, of course, how you got into jewelry at age 14, and then how you both met. And like you were saying, it's like how you've been part of so many people's lives and then found each other and then built this dynasty. It must be so overwhelming and so amazing for you to see how far you've both come and made this amazing life for yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes it's like a dream, We'll take a walk down Rodeo, or as we're driving into work and enter Beverly Hills, and you think where we grew up and how our lives have changed, and now we are part of, something so great, and we have a store location in the heart of Beverly Hills, one of the prestigious places in the whole world, So it's kind of like a dream.
It is. We talk about it often.
Yeah.
We grew up in very poor areas of New York, with graffiti and garbage all over, and here we are in the heart of Beverly Hills. It's really a blessing. A blessing.
At age 14 too, like when you were just merely a child, you you sort of had the opportunity, though, that a lot of people don't have, to be able to understand and grow, learning about every aspect of the jewelry business. And I feel that really helped you to be, the emperor that you are in jewelry today, because you know every aspect of how much something should really be, or like how the cut of something should be, or, how it should be presented. I think that it's very rare today because you study to a certain extent, but you're not given opportunities to have the practical experience. And I want to know about that. Like, what was that like? Did this all help you today? Is this?
Oh, absolutely. So first of all, to be truthful and honest, to grow up in New York, and when you say 14 years, but to grow up, 14 years old, but to grow up in New York and on the streets,
right,
you're 10 years ahead of yourself already.
Right.
You grow up very quickly. You become very street smart very quickly. You're exposed to situations. It's by far a sheltered life.
Right.
And growing up without parents, you didn't have parents' direction either. And my mom was a single parent but working, so we were on our own, or I was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So you grow up really quick. It sort of fell into place for me. Like I wasn't born and I didn't say I want to be a jeweler when I grow up. I think I actually wanted to be a veterinarian because I love animals,
Yeah.
And but one thing, it's like my whole life, if I look back at it, it's like everything just fell into place and seemed like it was the correct thing to do. It was like a higher authority or a guidance. I had no idea what it could become, or started, it was a job. So you start cleaning a company, and then from there you're making deliveries. Okay, so I'm making deliveries. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna learn a trade now, and I'm a jeweler, I'm a polisher, I'm a diamond setter, and then, okay, now I'm learning all about diamonds and colored stones, and it just was a progression. It's like one thing, it was like the script of life for me, and this was the next chapter or verse, and this is what I was supposed to do.
Right.
And so, and then traveling the whole world for 25 years, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I met incredible people and made a very good living. And then saying, okay, I'm tired now and I don't want to travel like I used to, and I want to go home at night, and I want something more, 9 to 5, so to speak. And then having, like, if I look back, it all just kind of fell into my lap. It's like,
wow,
even this location, how it all came about and how I acquired it. It was just like, it's just been a number of blessings in my life.
Wow. I feel like how you both met and how you're together and what you've created is also like a blessing. I was telling Esmerel, it's like when there's like this calm, peaceful being, and then there's this serene, ethereal being, and it's like when you're both together, it's just like power, it's undeniable. How do you sort of like give each other like space to exist and not sort of make the waters murky and cross paths in any other ways? I feel like you gel so well. It's amazing. How do you do that? Is it just natural? Is it just how it is? Esmerel?
Kind of.
Yeah?
Kind of. I think it's more of just communicating. I understand him, what he wants and his needs. He kind of understands me. You give each other the freedom that you do need. But for the most part, we do everything together.
That's so beautiful.
Everything's usually done together, and it's never forced.
It should be natural.
Yes.
Yeah, it just kind of happens.
It should not be hard work.
Yes.
I understand there's obstacles and there's ups and downs. Nothing is perfect, but it's how you handle those ups and how you handle those downs and how you communicate with each other to decide to move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you're making something beautiful too, you need to be able to be in a relationship which does not stop you from doing that, because it takes you away from your creation, right?
The way they say, like, okay, your children are out of school, and so you don't want them on the streets all day, so you want to keep them busy, keep them active after school.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of like that in a relationship. Like, there's so many events and parties and business, and every day there's so many things going on that you're just, you're working at it together, and okay, you handle that, I handle that. It's like you don't have time to be bored or get in trouble or argue or about silly things.
It's a partnership.
It's
a
not
partnership.
important.
And you're building a legacy at the same time. So it's like you can't sort of, you have to look at the big things in life, the bigger picture, and not the small things, because
100%.
yeah, it stops you from the game of life, right? Because it's all about winning.
Right.
And your two sons, this is like going to be their legacy. And do they get to come to and learn about jewelry and the business? Have they already started?
Absolutely.
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 Yeah.
That's amazing.
They know how fortunate we are to be where we are, and they appreciate that and they value it. And yes, they're involved and they have their schoolings, but when they have free time, they get involved and they're looking forward to it. We don't want to, tell them you have to do this, you have to do that. I want them to find themselves and find their interests, but they know that we have a very successful business here that is theirs if they choose to take it.
What advice would you give like parents out there? Because it's very hard to be a parent in today's world, because we have all these mediums putting out very attractive messages which sort of mislead children today. How do you sort of guide them correctly? How do you both do this? Do you talk about like the parenting skills that you would apply to make sure that your children stay on track?
That's difficult.
Yeah.
And my advice to all parents or future parents is, just communicate with your children.
Yes.
Be their friend. Yes, be their guidance. Listen, observe, give them their freedom to express who they are and understand what they like and don't like. But there's so many challenges and obstacles, and when they're in school, they're surrounded by personalities and teachers and rules, and sometimes you just have to let them breathe and just softly guide them from the outside.
Yes.
So you said something before about winning, and we all want to win, and no one wants to be a loser, no one wants to hang around a loser. You want to become successful. Sometimes you get too wrapped up in that. That's what you want. Sometimes it might come to someone at an early age, a later age. Sometimes it's later on in life. It also is a definition of what is winning. If you have a healthy family, a beautiful partner, you already won. What I want to put out there is that all this is beautiful and it's nice. And I love what I do, but this is not what it is in life. This is, if all this was gone tomorrow, the man that I am, my values, my morals, my loyalty, all the important values and morals, I would make it back, because I'm a very loyal, good person. And I treat people with respect, and I don't take advantage of anyone. I try to treat people like I would like to be treated. So when you have those values and morals, you're already a winner. And then if you can apply them in your business, then you become even more of a winner. But that's what we tell the children, always give it your best, never give up. It's like a boxer when he gets knocked down, how he gets up, how he handles it, defines the person you are and your personality.
I love that. It's just such a testament to your integrity.
It's real. Stay real. Be real, be true. Don't live anyone else's life. You live your own life. Don't be a phony. Like the reputation I have is for being honest and sincere and straight and giving good values, and that's what it's all about to me.
Definitely. I think that everyone's gonna really love that. It's so true. And like when I see the both of you, even like the way like Esmeral's like listening to what you're saying, she's so proud. I think that's so beautiful, because it's needed to have that respect and admiration for each other and all beings, because it's needed in this world. And that's why there's so many bad things happening, is because people lose sight of what's really important. Yeah.
I always say I'd rather have less in life knowing I'm doing the right thing than to have more knowing you haven't done the right thing. I don't want to live with that.
Yes. That's awesome. So much of integrity. I love it. I also have another question. So you have all this amazing jewelry, and it must be so much fun, because you're like, okay, what's next? What am I going to do next? And what am I going to showcase next? And then you have to do all this jewelry for all these celebrities, and then they go display it, and they create the want and the buzz. I mean, it must be so fulfilling to see your work out there because it's like a business which is literally a part of show business.
It is.
What's that like?
You know, we just have to stay on top of our game. We have to come out with the next new exciting thing. I think the key is it's hard to take all the credit. You know, in life, for me, my experience is to surround myself by the best. And so I surround myself by the best, most talented jewelers, designers, whether it's a setter, a model maker, a caster, whether it's a business partner or someone you're involved with. You always surround yourself by the best because it's impossible for me to know everything and to always make the right decisions and to always create beautiful designs. But if you surround yourself by the best, then they make you even better.
Yes.
I feel like it's also who you're making the piece for.
Yes.
Their personality actually starts to show up in the piece, you know, and what it's for. When we're custom designing or creating something, you know, we also use the client's input as to what they would love and how they would wear it and what they want to feel when they're wearing it. So then when you are creating it, all those factors come into play.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have to be a really good listener.
Yes.
And then you have to interpret what they're saying and
Right.
create a piece.
I think that's so true. And I was just thinking as you were talking, like even the dress, right? Like, is it going to be just like a backless dress, or is it going to be like an off-shoulder dress, or so many aspects of like what are you going to showcase?
Are
right?
you wearing your hair up? Are you
Yeah.
wearing your hair down? You know,
Yeah.
does the dress need a necklace? Does it just need an earring? There's so many factors that come into play.
And what emotion are you trying to, you know,
Express.
or yeah, exactly. So many different factors come into play.
It's funny, we were talking a little while ago even about your personal style, because Peter's like statement. He's very classic, you know, understated, elegant, you know, it's awesome.
So, you know, Rodeo Drive, people come from all over the world. And you know what they say about first impressions? You don't get a second chance for a first impression. And so, you know, you want to put the right vibe out there. Once, you know, the street will give you credibility, the inventory will give you credibility. You know, when they come in, the energy, the vibe, we hear it, the atmosphere, all that is good. But first impression, when they first look at you, you want to, you know, give it your best.
Yeah, and because you're a brand.
Yes.
You know, and so then they're not just buying jewelry.
Yes.
They're buying into you, into
Yes.
your whole family. And
Right.
I think it's beautiful because when your whole family comes together, that is Peter Marco. You
Yes.
know, that is the brand.
Yeah.
And I feel like in businesses and success, like even if you look at like Versace, or if you look at Gucci and, you know, all these things, that's really what's there is like what they were, the brand,
Sure.
right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's true.
Have you visited Asia? Are you going to be visiting Asia soon? Hopefully.
We were planning a Christmas trip there, I believe.
I've been many times.
Okay, good.
But I want to share it with my family. But I've been
Well,
throughout-
for pleasure, not for work. We're talking.
You have to come to Sri Lanka. Yes,
been
we'd love to
many
have
times.
you in Sri Lanka. You've been?
No, I've been to Asia many times, not Sri Lanka.
Yes, we'd love to have you in Sri Lanka.
I would be honored. We would be honored.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in closing, I really would like for you both to just give, you know, a message to the viewers on whatever you would like to express to them, maybe advice that you've gotten that you want to relay, so that they would have an inspirational day and an inspirational life. Because I think that you both generate so much of power and beauty, and it really should be spread, and this is why we're here today.
Ladies first.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. What I would just tell people, you know, just be yourself, be original. Originality is everything. And be passionate about whatever you do. You know, do it and don't do it halfway. Do it 100%. Go at it all heart and soul. You're going to get knocked down, get right back up and keep going. And just learn to adapt with the times, the situations. That would be my advice. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's how you handle every situation. So give it your best.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, you know, it's that simple. Just keep it real. Be true, honest, integrity, loyalty, Be someone that everyone would want to hang out with and everyone would want to socialize with. Treat people the way you'd like to be treated. When it comes to me selling a ring, if I walk in a store, you want to feel like you've been taken care of, like they treat you like family. That's what we do. We treat everyone. If we meet them 5 minutes ago, we treat them like family. And they pick up on that. We're real. Just be real, because if you're a phony and you're fake, people pick up on that. You know, and that's a temporary, short-lived life. You know, you might have immediate benefits or gains, but it doesn't last. People will find out eventually who you really are. So do things for the long term, and you just, when you do good, you find that good comes to you. It's just a balance in the world, the universe. I don't care what culture, what religion you are, what color you are. Everyone believes the same thing. It's like what you put out there, whether it's a balance or karma, you know, it all comes back to you. So yeah, life can be really difficult, and there's a lot of things we don't understand and why things happen, but you can't give up. You gotta have faith, and you have to keep pushing and just always strive to be the best you can possibly be.
Right. Sincerity is felt, it's not said. So when you're sincere about whatever you do, it speaks for itself. So just be sincere to yourself and others around you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for being a guest on my show. It's a little
you.
something for you both.
Oh, thank
I was
you.
like, I saw this bag and I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Yes, because you know you're just such a dynamic duo, and I love you both so much. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you for the opportunity
and I wish
to
you
spread good word, good news, good vibes, our energy. Thank you.
Of course, I wish you both a very long life and a happy life together with you and your beautiful boys, and so much more success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more.